When my wife told me she was pregnant, my heart nearly burst with joy. We had been trying for months, and I thought this was the happiest moment of our lives. I hugged her, kissed her forehead, and whispered that I couldn't wait to be a father. For a while, I lived in that happiness, believing our dreams were coming true. But as weeks passed, I noticed her acting differently. She was distant, distracted, and constantly glued to her phone. Whenever I asked what was wrong, she brushed it off as pregnancy stress. I wanted to believe her, but something deep inside me whispered that she was hiding something. One evening, while she showered, her phone lit up with a message that made my blood run cold. "Don't worry, no one will know it's mine." My hands trembled as I read it. My chest tightened, my head spun, and in that instant, everything I thought I knew about my life shattered. When I confronted her, she tried to deny it. She called me paranoid, accused me of snooping. But when I showed her the message, she broke down crying. Through sobs, she admitted she had been with another man. She called it a mistake, but her words cut deeper than any knife. I looked at her with tears in my eyes and asked, "Is this baby mine?" She couldn't answer. She just sat there in silence, and that silence told me more than I wanted to know. It was like the ground beneath me disappeared, and I was falling into an endless pit. The following days were unbearable. She begged me to forgive her, to stay, to believe that the baby could still be mine. She promised it meant nothing with the other man. But her words rang hollow. Every time I looked at her belly, I didn't feel joy. I felt anger, betrayal, and confusion. I confided in my brother, and his reaction was explosive. He told me to leave her immediately, that I deserved better. But walking away from the woman I had loved for years, and from the possibility of being a father, was not a decision I could make overnight. At night, I couldn't sleep. I kept replaying everything in my mind. Her sudden late nights, her secrecy with her phone, her nervous behavior, it all added up now. I felt foolish for not seeing the truth sooner. Still, a part of me clung to hope. What if the baby was mine? Could I forgive her and save our marriage? Or would I always see her as the woman who betrayed me? Those questions haunted me every second of the day. Finally, I agreed to a DNA test. She seemed relieved, almost hopeful, but for me, the waiting period was torture. I walked around in a fog, going through the motions of life while inside I was falling apart. When the results arrived, my hands shook so badly I almost couldn't open the envelope. But when I read the words, my world collapsed. The child wasn't mine. The final piece of my heart broke that day. She collapsed to her knees, sobbing, clinging to me, begging me to stay. She said love was stronger than blood, that we could raise the baby together. But to me, everything between us was already dead. Love without trust is just an illusion. That night, I packed my bags. She followed me, pleading, promising, crying. But I didn't look back. I couldn't. My home, my marriage, and my future had turned into nothing but lies. As I walked out the door, I felt both shattered and strangely free. The pain was unbearable, but so was the thought of living in betrayal. I had lost the woman I thought I knew, and the child I dreamed of raising, but I refused to lose myself. Now, I face an uncertain future, alone but honest. The truth broke me, but it also gave me the strength to start again. And maybe someday, I'll find happiness that isn't built on lies.